I
Yes.
find the word curious really helpful because if we're curious about what we see with science, then we can make decisions for ourselves. It's like the phrase I always use is science gets us in the ballpark, you get to choose what seat you're going to sit at.
Right.
And we have to sort of integrate it for ourselves, which actually leads me to the next question that I have for you. I think you're the perfect guy to answer this. And it ties into this environment that we're eating in is that so many people right now are getting health advice from their social media feeds. And I'm curious, my fear is that we've gotten to this place where we're looking for small little sound bites to determine the direction that we go with our health. Do you feel like social media is helping our health or do you feel like it's hurting our health right now?
Such a good question. At the end of the day, we're going to experience what we're associating with, what we're tuned into. So people that are following, people that are out there teaching health information, they're going to have a tendency to engage in more of that stuff in the real world and to be potentially
Mm,
healthier. I think there's a higher likelihood
that's a good
because you're
way to
just
look at it.
tuned into
Yeah.
that station. Now, with that said, it can be frustrating because everybody and their mother and father is, coming with their perspective on things.
Yeah.
And as you mentioned, even though we've got the most robust data set ever compiled about human health that is saying, hey, it is our relationships that, there are going to be people like, my relationships mess me up. I am messed up because of that. And
Yeah.
again, we cannot ignore that that's a story, but also we don't want to be the person who is tuned into another kind of virus, which is the missing the point virus that can get spread
Yes.
around, right? Because we tend to just see like that isn't true for me and close ourselves off from a potential. So we
Yes.
want to validate and honor our own stories, but also stay open. You said the magic word earlier, stay curious.
Yep.
Don't refute something immediately. Look at things from multiple perspectives. There's a great definition of wisdom that I learned many years ago is wisdom is looking at things from multiple perspectives. But I know for
Mm.
myself personally, growing up in the conditions that I did, I just saw through my one lens. I
Yep.
wasn't zooming out and looking at things from other people's perspectives, from a more of a like a meta perspective of looking at situations, good or bad. But there's our reality is based on our perception. And if we've got one view of things, we're going to suffer. If something disrupts our view of reality, we're going to be a total mess. But
Yep.
even when a challenge comes up, it's like we can even just by asking questions, for example, by being curious, we can instantly reframe things and find more of a like a silver lining. I'm thinking about Silver Linings
Yeah.
Playbook. Shout out to Bradley Cooper. But basically, like if there's a challenge coming up, it's just having the audacity to ask, what is this trying to teach me? What is this challenge trying to teach me? What is the potential gift in this? Right. Or
Yes.
if you're having a hard day, or you got a big task in front of you, something that's really difficult that you are resistant to even get into, asking like, how can I make this fun?
Yep.
Like we have the power to reframe things very quickly. And it's also, I found it to be very helpful to, there's a great exercise in the book, Think and Grow Rich, Napoleon Hill from way back in the day. And I was first introduced to this book by Bob Proctor, who was like a
Oh,
legend
yeah.
in personal
Yeah,
development.
he was.
And I cannot, again, coming from where I come from, how on earth am I having conversations with Bob Proctor? It is bananas. All right. But he
Solid.
shared this book with me. And there's this exercise to when you're dealing with a challenge and or you're just trying to accomplish a goal to seek counsel from your trusted advisors. But you do this
Mm.
mentally, right? So if you're wanting to improve your health, you close your eyes, maybe do some breathing exercises, and then you sit at a table. All right. Here's we are sitting at the table, being a
Yes.
unifier.
Yep.
And you've got Dr. Mindy Pelz sitting here. You've got Shawn Stevenson sitting next to
Yeah.
her.
We're at your
You've
table.
got
I love it.
Dr. Bruce Lipton sitting on that side. And then on the other side, maybe it's three other people. And you go around the table and you pose that question to them. Okay, I've been struggling for the last 5 years to normalize my blood sugar. Like, I don't want to be on metformin anymore. Dr. Mindy, what do you recommend? And just
Great
listen,
idea.
right? So it's like bringing in multiple perspectives. Like, there's so many cool ways that we can go about this, but we don't want to box ourselves in by seeing things from a limited view, because another part of this freedom, another part of wisdom is seeking multiple perspectives.
That was so well said.